And then the next one is complexity last. So again, similar to previously, but the newest, most complex information must go last. Again, the principle that you're building up and you're giving your reader time to understand what you've already told them before you keep telling them new concepts. Now, as we've said, in those faculties and in all our studies, you have technical terms. There's complex ideas, complex units of information, ways in which we measure things, etc. And you can improve your writing and improve how your reader responds to your writing by just moving things around in your sentences. And again, the temptation is that we start sentences with these complex ideas because we want to get it down on paper. We want our reader to see how clever we are. But you'll actually be more successful as a writer if you rather build up to those complex terms and put them towards the end of your sentences. Okay. So there's a couple of extra bullet points there for you to read and have a look at. Tapelo says, how can one write more faster if one is slow writer by nature? It is practice and it is confidence. And yes, there is a measure of the number of words. I did mention earlier that those must be high quality words as well. And Tapelo, the sort of hard thing to get to terms with is that you might write 500 words if you sit down and you've had a good 2-hour session of writing. But actually, once you've cut out words and you've simplified sentences and you've written a lot more clearer, that's going to end up being, let's say, 200 words. Okay. So all that work that you did of writing 500 words, once you've edited it and written it more clearly and concisely using the techniques that I've shared with you today, you're going to end up with less volume of words, but with a higher quality of writing. So, unfortunately, you then need to write even faster to get the 500 words done so that you've got the time to come back and edit to reduce those words back down to what should be the number of words that you end up with that is at the sort of expected level of quality. And again, and in actual fact, one of my YouTube videos, I talk about the exact number of words that I had in my proposal, my literature review, the sections of my thesis. And, one can use those as a bit of a benchmark. And it's a good guide, certainly from a master's to a PhD. The size of the final report, or the length, or the number of words, etc., is an indication of the breadth of the study that you've done. But, again, balance that with the quality of it. So don't think, Tapelo, that you just have to write fast to get a lot of words on the page. You have to write, fast from a generative perspective, and then pause to apply the principles and techniques like I've shown you today that will improve your writing. I see Tracy's watching today. How's it, Tracy? Hope you're well. Tracy says, I love seeing how these Friday lunchtime webinars have such a following and how everybody is asking questions and actively engaged. Peter, I said, offered what you do for our students is a gift. Absolute pleasure. And I think, Tracy, we're interviewing you next week. So let's see, and maybe let's think of a topic now that we're going to talk about next week. I don't know if CVs or interviews or graduate recruitment programs. I don't know if people are looking for internships or part-time work potentially during the year. Tracy is a fantastic person to help you with that. So Tracy, we'll certainly see you here next week.